Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope that you had a great weekend with your family and you kind of got some time to rest and recharge. I hope that you also got to enjoy some field day activities as there were so many different and fun things planned. I just wanted to hop on here and kind of tell you a little bit about our week and what it will look like. And if you notice in the parent email that was sent, you do have Monday plans. And so this video is going to tell you a little bit about the Monday plans and then of course outline what the rest of the week will look like. So out of all the distance ed weeks that we've had so far, this week in reading is the most important. And it will be the most important until the end. And the reason for that is because we will be working to find your reading level. So I found a program that is going to be able to help us assess your reading level, and then we will conference on Zoom about your results the following week. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see how to access this program that will help me to find your reading level. So you'll just go to a search engine, and this is already typed on mine, but I'm going to show you what you would type in, www.raz, and you'll see that little hyphen there, /kids.com, okay? And it'll take you to a screen that looks like this. And then you'll click on this green Kids Login button. From there, you're going to type in my username, and it's Amanda Fisk. So A-M-A-N-D-A, and then my last name, F-I-S-K. And notice that this is all lowercase. Then you'll click go. From there, you'll be able to see all of your names, and you'll click on your name. I'm going to use my demo account to show you. It's just an account that I created to kind of model how to do this. You'll type in your password, which was sent via email in your lesson packet. So you'll type that in. It's Westlake 1. And then you'll go to this screen. You'll see lots of different things like a Flightcheck, a reading room, and level up. For this week's assignment, we're mainly going to focus on the Flightcheck, although I'll kind of talk to you about the other ones as well. So what the Flightcheck is it's basically your reading assessment. That means in this section, you'll click on the passage that I've chosen for you to read. You will record yourself reading it, and then afterwards, you will do a retelling and answer some questions. Now, I'm not sure if the retelling is for certain levels only, or if it's for all of them. But when I took my first test, it did ask me to think about what I learned in the beginning, middle, and end. So again, I don't know if this is something that is specific to that particular level that I was taking or if it's for all of them. So that would be the only new piece. You're used to reading and answering a few questions. This is called the reading room. To my knowledge, this has books in it. So let's just click and see what it has. And everybody's reading level is different. So there are books in here that I can click on and I can read. And then there are also questions. So after I read this, I think I'm able to answer some questions. I'm not 100%. I'm just really learning along with you. So here would be a book. You can open it up and you're able to kind of see some words to know. You'll read through this particular book. And then I just kind of want to get to the end so we can see what would happen. It looks like a pretty long book. Tells you some things that you can do.
You read this too quickly. Read it again.
Oh, so it tells us.
Make sure you read each word carefully.
So I guess it really pays attention to what we do, but I think you can also listen to it. So again, I'm not really sure if this has questions at the end, but the main thing that I want you to know is that you can read books on your level in this one. Level up is really cool. If you're trying to work on your reading level, you can read books, and I know that here you're able to answer questions, and after you read so many books and answer so many questions correctly, it will move you to the next reading level. So that's super exciting. Another really cool thing about this program, parents, if you're listening, is that Level Up and Reading Room and Flightcheck will be available throughout the summer. So I did a 90-day trial. It was the free trial that they were advertising on their website. And so you should have access through July. And I don't know if at that point they'll be running the same kind of a thing, but you could always create your own account and continue it if you wish once mine expires. But again, for the purpose of this week, we're going to look at Flightcheck because our goal is to find our reading assessment. So I'm going to click on Flightcheck, and I'll see a passage and a record button. For right now, I just want to click on the passage. It's going to ask me if I have time to complete the activity. You need to have about 15 minutes for the assessment. So I'm going to click yes. Now, this little box will pop up. It says, will you allow kids A to Z to use your microphone? You want to click allow, because if not, I won't be able to hear you reading. Now it's recording, so I'm going to go ahead and start reading. The Mighty Shire. Throughout history, people have depended on domesticated animals such as horses to help them execute many tasks. Humans have bred, trained, and partnered with horses for many purposes: plowing fields, driving cattle, transporting goods, fighting battles, racing, hunting, and riding for pleasure. One of the most imposing, versatile breeds of horses is the Shire. Shires are sometimes called gentle giants because these horses have massive bodies and incredible strength, but a calm attitude. They have thick necks, broad faces, and long tufts of hair on their legs. Shires are among the tallest breeds, averaging in height from about 16 to 18 hands from ground to shoulder. A hand is a measurement of 4 inches. One of the tallest horses ever measured was a Shire horse named Samson that was born in 1848. He stood over 21 hands, that's over 7 feet tall, and weighed in at over 3,300 pounds. He was so large that his name was eventually changed to Mammoth. Then I'll see this little next button and I click that. Experts estimate the population of Shires around the world to be less than 2,000, which makes them a beautiful, helpful, huge, but rare breed. Then I'll click done. Now, here's the part that might be new to you. Here's the retelling. It's going to ask you to record your retelling. So I'm going to do that now. Shires, so it's asking me again about my microphone. So I'm going to say allow. Shires are a very large breed of horse, and they can do many different tasks. One of the largest Shire horses was over 7 feet tall. Then I'll click done. And of course, that wasn't the best retelling. And again, here is the questions that you are used to. So you will go through and you will choose A, B, C, or D, and then click next. So what is true? They are tall and thin, they're big and strong, they're lazy and calm, or they're short and heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and answer that, and I'll move on. What is the passage mainly about? The many ways in which people have used animals to do jobs, a type of horse breed that's strong, calm, and useful. The Knights of England who rode horses into battle, a way to use horses without hurting their legs. Why is Samson's name changed to Mammoth? He was really large. Read the example sentence. Throughout history, people have depended on domesticated animals to help with many tasks. What does domesticated mean? Tamed. Which phrase contains an opinion? I know an opinion is something that is not true. It's what people think. Shires are sometimes called gentle giants, averaging in height from 16 to 18 hands. Throughout history, people have depended on domesticated animals, or which makes them beautiful, helpful, huge, but rare. So I know that beautiful is an adjective and it's like a describing word and it tells what someone thinks. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that one.
You have completed your 3-step assignment.
So then I'll get to this
300
screen,
stars.
and it'll give me stars. And then I'm able to go back to home. Now, you'll notice that that Flightcheck is now gone. So I will have to be the one that goes in and reviews that before another Flightcheck will appear. And this is the really important part, boys and girls. You should expect to have to take more than one of these. So I will be checking every day to kind of review your work. And again, I'm trying to see what you score so that I'm able to know what your reading level is. So I have uploaded 3 flight checks, because sometimes when I'm testing you, I don't find your level the first time. So I really would like you to try to take all of them, unless you just know that it was too hard for you and you're like, I know this was just way too hard. I couldn't read any of the words and such. But if you feel like things are going well and you're like, okay, there's a new flight check, let me go in there and check on this and see how I'm doing, I really encourage that, because I would like to make sure that I tell you your exact reading level. So what this means for you is, yes, Monday I'm going to be on there a lot, so I'm able to kind of check in throughout the day. If, for example, on Monday a flight check does not reappear when you check later, you need to go in on Tuesday morning, and this should be the first thing that you do, is look for another flight check. Same thing on Wednesday or whenever. So you should attempt to try to take how many tests? 3, so that Mrs. Fisk can look over all 3 and decide, okay, this is your particular reading level. So that's how you use that particular program. And again, going through those steps of completing them all is so important, because I really don't want to tell you or your parent the wrong reading level because you just took 1 test, okay? So I know it's a little extra, and if you're behind, like on other work, this trumps the other work, okay? The other things that we're going to be doing this week is we are going to be finishing up our realistic fiction book and projects. Now, some of us are on higher reading levels, and that means our books have a lot more pages and a lot more time that we have to spend to read. With that being said, I don't want you to rush through it and just try to turn in projects. I want you to finish it and do quality work and then move on. I'm simply moving on in my plans on Wednesday to historical fiction, because some people's books will be shorter and some are just fast workers who need other things to do. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, or if your family is feeling overwhelmed, please just do what you can. You can always continue these throughout the summer. I just wanted to give you an introduction to the different genres to try to allow you to find that genre that you really love. Like for me, my favorite is historical fiction. And a little bit of a difference between realistic and historical is, again, historical fiction is set in a particular time period. I love learning about history, and so you can, a lot of times in historical fiction, even though it's fiction, you can learn things about a particular time period. What makes it fiction is the storyline and the characters being made up. So I really love it, and I hope that you will be able to find some interesting historical fiction books to read. And again, the historical fiction is kind of like the realistic fiction. You'll read a book, and then you'll complete some projects. And in my opinion, the projects are a little bit easier on the historical fiction than they are for the realistic fiction. But again, please work at your own pace. The most important is that you are reading each and every day and that you are taking this flight check. Also, parents, if you're listening, please make sure that you sign up on the Sign Up Genius for a Zoom conference so that we can discuss your child's reading progress. But as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please just feel free to email me. I'm pretty quick on email most of the time, unless I'm in a meeting or something's really going on. And I'll be happy to, respond and get back to you as soon as possible. So I love you, boys and girls. And again, just take things as they come and do what you can. And the most important is the flight check. So I hope that you're enjoying reading and working on your projects. And I look forward to seeing you. See you later. Bye.